Spell Demon Hunter definitely feels a lot better after the latest buffs, and in this video I'm gonna give you a quick overview about this cool new deck, talk about mulligans, and what you should expect out of it when you're playing with and against it. So I hope you find the video helpful, and if you do, a like and subscribe would be great, and don't forget you can check me out live on Twitch each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now, let's get into the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list I used, and I'm not sure if it's the best list out there. It was just one of the lists people have tried before the latest buffs, but now with a couple of the cards being better, this definitely does look like a good meta deck. And I really did have a good time with it. You're gonna see that from the games, and it felt surprisingly consistent. The two cards that got buffed would be the Solitude, which a lot of people argue it's a nerf, because now it's free mana, but it also discovers you twice the amount of minions, so I think that's a fair trade for the most part. But the problem is this thing discovers you 2 minions, not demons, not anything specific, just minions, and they could be literally free 1-drops. So it's definitely not as amazing. It's kind of on the weird side, not gonna lie. Honestly, I wouldn't have hated it if they kept it at 2 mana and gave you 2 minions still. It didn't feel too powerful is what I'm trying to say. The Eternal Hold also didn't feel as an amazing buff, because discovering a demon, yeah, that's cool. You actually get to have an extra shot at finding yourself something like an Eladari Inquisitor, but it's still a little bit on the expensive side. It feels a little bit sluggish. So I'm really not sure if the buffs really did anything too crazy for it, but trying the deck out kind of felt nice, so you be the judge. What is this deck trying to do? Well, it does actually have a decent amount of damage from hand, with things like Hounds of Fury. If the board is empty, these things just waltz face, and it's literally something you can do as soon as turn 3 or 4. You have yourself plenty of damage with things like Lasting Legacy, with which you also buff all of the minions in hand, and if you have yourself Eladari Inquisitors in there, that would be pretty amazing, because that would literally be extra 12 damage to the face that way. And you do put up a decent amount of pressure with things like Grim Harvest, as well as Waiver Slumbers, and all random discovered demons you could be getting. Going through the cards themselves, we have the Broxigar package, mainly so you can get yourself the portals, so you can cycle through your deck faster, and the weapon is not bad as well, especially if you kill a minion with this thing, it draws you another portal, so card draw is going to be plentiful that way. The Hive map can give you a lot of good fel stuff, and you have plenty of fel stuff in your deck already, which you could be getting extra copies of. To be fair, not that much fel stuff, but you could be discovering extra value this way. Same thing goes with Eladari Studies. Here you could be expecting card draw, lifesteal, extra damage, that kind of stuff. The red cards could be great anti-tempo tools. The Time Lost Glaive is a pretty nice thing to be doing early on, because it only costs 1 mana, and getting yourself a random demon from the past could be nice. The Blind Box is pretty good, especially if you have it outcasted. Being able to discover yourself a couple of demons increases the odds of you finding yourself some Eladari Inquisitors, or at least things like Window Shoppers and such. Broxigar, you're probably never gonna see Broxigar in your hand. It's not why we're running the package. It's basically so you can cycle through your deck easily, and also ruin the opponent's Death Rattle pool, by the way. The Demonic Deal is a pretty decent card, gives you a lot of lifesteal, but be careful how you use this thing, because this thing puts a demon into your deck at the top of it, but still it is in your deck, so if you do this on turn 6 and then follow up with Hounds of Fury, you're only gonna get them on the board, they're not gonna attack shit. And same can be said for some of your other cards like Solitude, like Lasting, and so on and so forth, so be careful how you use this thing. Try to finish your turn with it, and also do not shuffle a Portal of Argus into your deck when you play this thing, because that would change the position of the demon, and it's not going to be at the top of your deck anymore, and that can mess up a lot of your deck. The Grim Harvests are great for the card draw, as well as a little bit of board presence. Single copy of Immolation Aura can handle some board-centric decks. Infestation can be great, both for face as well as dealing early threats. Spectral Sight for the card draw. Access Scenarios does have lifesteal, so combo it off with Lasting Legacy, that can be a lot of extra health for you. The Solitudes discover you a couple of minions and discount them by 2. This goes for all minions in your hand, so trying to get yourself a little bit more minions in your hand before you actually play this thing could be beneficial. The Waver and Slumbers can be great, usually for board presence, but the 2 damage AoE could also be decent. The Hounds of Fury are great for board presence as well as some early game damage, and the Eternal Hold is pretty decent still, even though it's 6 mana. It is going to allow you to play a big minion on the turn you play this thing, because the next minion you play will be costing you 0. It's not the one you discover, it's from your entire hand, so you could cheat out something decent this way, and you're also capable of discovering something decent that way and instantly play it, so it's kind of nice, but a little bit on the slow side if you ask me. All around, the deck could feel a little bit on the wonky side, but try to get yourself a good amount of discovered minions in hand, try to discount them, try to give them extra attack, and usually you should be winning more than you're losing. For the matchups I doubt we're gonna see too much. Wow, color me impressed, we actually are seeing quite a lot, and here we can notice things like Midrange Shaman, things like Bubble Hope Alleys, Discover Hunters, not looking very great, not gonna lie. Personally, I had a good experience with it, but to be fair, I just did 5 games with it and I won 4 out of 5. But still, if the stats looked like this before the buffs, come to think of it, the buffs really didn't feel all that amazing for the deck. They're okay, they're a step in the right direction, but I would not expect 20% differences in these matchups in your favor. So keep that in mind, but do give the deck a try if you have access to the cards. You might actually like it. Mulligan-wise, here's what we have on the coin. You're gonna try to curve off properly with some early game weapons, the portal, the card draw. Acts of Cenarius might be worth holding on to. Blind Box, especially if it's on the far left or at least in the middle. Wyvern Slumbers can also be good. Infestation, especially if you're expecting early game aggression. Illidari Studies, it's kinda okay, but not the most amazing thing to do on one. And Spectral Sight, if it's on the far left, sure. Solitude, I'd say also not the worst thing in the world, even though it might be a little bit slow, so... But to be fair, if you already have something like a Blind Box for turn 2, and even a Time Lost for turn 1, that is actually gonna give you 5 minions in total to discount by 2, so that might be worth it. On the coin, here's what we have again. Try to curve off properly, and you should be winning more often than not, hopefully. All around, that's it for the deck. Definitely not the most expensive out of the lot, and it was pretty fun and different from what I've experienced in this meta so far, so if you're trying to play something new, this might be the deck for you. Hope you enjoyed the guide. If you did, you know what to do, but now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top 1000 Legend. Hope you enjoy.
You asked for it.
This ends now.
Okay. Piss. So much for the Outcast. Not on curve at least. I do Ruby for Protoss Priest, but nothing too fancy. Oh! Good sneeze right there. Some of that jiggly puffage. Looks to be a Protoss Mage against us, or Doki Mage if we're lucky. So go with these. A couple of Furious fell right there without the immune. Ain't gonna add itself. Wow. Those are definitely cards. Those are definitely one of the cards ever. I mean, I wouldn't call it a nerf, but still, let's see if it actually feels better in this type of deck. Yo. Pretty dog water stuff right there. Some proper piss puddle. Okay, that's a bit on the desperate side. Nice. He was actually close to Pepsi Max over there. And by close, I mean he did. Darky blows me. That was pretty fucky, but to be fair, we didn't see too much Protoss spell action out of him. It's amazing, incredible. We did it. We did the thing. Oh. Yes, the Woodia. That might be tricky.
Summons the war chief. This ends now.
I like that. That ain't too bad. Can start clapping that. Is he dragon or not? Come on, bro. Stream loading slow for you?
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it.
50-50. It's our third game. And we lost the last game we lost some pretty big bullshit, so I wouldn't put it to the deck that time. Some proper bullshit happened there. Well, you can just scroll back, but it was basically a one game until it wasn't. He's a questing man. He quests things. Shouldn't be too much of a fun time for me here. That ain't too bad. Might end up being that type of game, but honestly, it's kind of dumb like that. With the discounts we possess, I'd rather go with this guy instead. There we go. Pretty shit, Asma. Pretty shit. You can check it out on the YouTube channel. Already uploaded, but it was pretty dog water. Yeah, was kind of hopeful too, but no such luck. That Ember.
Vengeance is mine.
See what I do, nephew. The fuck? Yeah. We were all hopeful, but so far, things are looking hopeless.
All forms of life will be crushed.
I can red card that. Seems like he is kind of on the desperate side. Let's keep on pushing that stool in. This guy cost him the coin last turn, so he must be desperate. But he also needed some room, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All forms of life.
Sure. He's very close to Pepsi Max. Let's get him closer. Yes.
Planetary decimation. Planetary decimation.
Geez, Rick. And the Karen just went a couple of miles further down the road. Okay, this helps. Guess I can just do this.
I remember this place.
Okay, I mean, I think he's done. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he's done. Yeah, priest used to be that kind of class, Asthma. I mean, warrior always also, but a win's a win, though. To the window, to the wow. Deck's kind of strong, not gonna lie. Imagine doing this to a warrior, though. He kind of curved out like an ass, or at least it looked like it, but to be fair, he actually did curve out. That was actually quite the proper curve right there. Against the druids. Maybe some of that dredge action with beasts and shit. I think I'm gonna go like this.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it! That rope's burning again.
Alrighty then. Is this guy trying to say he's aggressive or some shit? Doubt it, but I don't want to fuck around and find out.
There's always room for another.
How's it going, Fogo? Welcome. Doesn't look aggressive to me. I don't need to swing right now.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Guess I could have seen what that do first. But it didn't do nothing.
All of history is under my gaze.
Hill. Guess killing that Krona wasn't such a bright idea, huh? Dude's curving out like a dream. Think it's our turn to eat dick? Think it's our turn to eat dick, guys. Are you sure about that, buddy? Are you sure about that, buddy? Was that the right thing to be doing right about now? Cause that looked dumb as fuck.
I see.
Okay, that's good.
Now Lo had many adventures.
Push the ten, Bobo. That was such a dumb thing to do, by the way. Why the fuck do you want 2 temporary wells of eternity? That was literally the dumbest thing you could have done there. Despite curving out like an absolute god, is that what you really do there? Keeps on getting from the bottom, by the way. What a game, what a gamer.
Remember this place well.
Well, it was high time he started curving out a little bit worse. My face, my beautiful face.
Fresh Felstein, hot out of the kiln.
Listen up!
Vengeance is mine.
Don't forget to use the second one, man. So good. Yeah, it is. It's actually kind of fun, not gonna lie. Ew. Ah, jeez, Rick.
I'll miss you.
What? I guess. That was dumb. That was dumb. I don't even know what that was, but that was dumb.
Sylvanas!
I stand for my
Against the Hunter. A worthy opponent right there. That's a worthy hand too, though. I kinda like that. Let's try. Might be a little bit on the slow side, but... Let's see.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it.
Bit expensive, innit?
Happy Winter Vale.
I'm gonna just face his face. Given we don't have a proper 2-drop anyway, I'd rather keep the weapon for a couple of turns.
There are no holidays for betrayers.
If I top deck blind box, that'd be pretty nutty.
Happy Winter Vale.
You already said that, bruh. Right, lads. Could just go for some slumbers here. Let me see what's in the weapage. Just what I was afraid of, a bag of dicks. My one weakness.
lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
Summoning a couple of doormen. Bitch. Denies me the +3. That's kind of fucked. I'm like that. Not a big fan.
These could belong to a brand new species. Here's new findings.
I found a sea urchin.
Here's new findings.
That's a lot of 2/4s.
My time runs short.
I should meet you.
Right, lads. Not ideal, but at least we killed that shit. Yeah, I really thought it would be a 5 mana location, and still it would feel kind of slow, not gonna lie. Without having an actual way to discount your location, I don't know. Not one that doesn't evolve minions, at least.
The moment is upon us.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
My time runs short.
See what this do. Nothing wrong with that.
I grow impatient.
Let's go ahead and do this actually.
Forces of nightmare.
Strike with fury. Strike with fury.
Mine.
Bob time? No? Oh, please don't steal, bitch. You piece of piss. Of course you did. Well, at least I'm back to full, but... it is what it is. I could just snipe it off. He doesn't play shit. Plays shit. I have some options here.
Demons? Demons.
Ooh.
Buy one, get one.
Guess I could have seen this a bit earlier.
Time grows short.
I'm gonna grab this for later if I feel like it.
Shaking a stir.
Okay. Good news, his win condition is kind of fucked.
Sisters, my will shall lead us to victory!
Shaking a stir. Shaking a stir.
Hmm. Darky blows me. Darky blows me. Neat. Neat chat. Okay, maybe it's not that slow, huh? Maybe it's not that slow, perhaps. I don't know. Deck is actually performing well. It's actually the best deck I played today. That doesn't say a lot given the pile of cards I had to play today, but damn. That's actually kind of fun. That is actually kind of fun. Well, I mean, we went 4 wins, 1 loss, so I don't know. You tell me, guys. Deck feels kind of decent. Deck feels actually kind of decent, so might want to give it a try now.